Hello guys, this is Average Trader and welcome to week 35 of our trade logging series. This week we made another monstrous 5R. It was pretty successful, pretty easy week. The only down week we had was Friday, right? And it was only by 1R. So the rest of the week, we made at least 1R every single day. And, that was good for us. Quick reminder, if you do want to see all of these trades happen live, head on over to our chat room. We're the only chat room on the market that has a profit promise guarantee, which means for any given month, if our callouts don't make money, you get a full refund for that month. You don't pay a single dime. And that's how, we're putting our money where our mouth is, right? We're super confident that we can make you money. And so head on over there if you want to see all of this happen live and maybe take some trades for your own, right? With that out of the way, let's get straight into the first trade of the week. And the first trade of the week was 56 by 55.50 on Roku. We took this after we saw a mini breakout. There was a better entry at like 55.70, but we took the safer entry at $56 and by 55.50, which was the bounce of this bar right here, right? And we took this all the way to 57 to our pretty easy, pretty painlessly. Can't say much about that. Next trade, unfortunately, we stopped out on. It was 62.20 by 61.70, and we took 62.20 on this green bar on the 1 minute, right? I've told you guys a lot of the times, engulfing bars are such a good trend changer. So if it's engulfing bullish, it's most likely means that the stock is going bullish, and if it engulfs bearish, it's most likely going to pull it down, right? But this, instead of completely engulfing, stopped right at our entry, and the next bar came completely crashing down, right, and stopping us out. So this is what we call a bull sandwich, and it is an extremely bearish sign, right? As you can see later on, it did bounce back up, but at that point we had already stopped out, right? I'm a strong advocate for hard stops, right? Not mental stops, not, oh, I might, take my stop loss at 61.50. No. Right? If we have our stop loss set at 61.70, we are out of the position. And unfortunately for us, this means that we stopped out on Roku. Next trade we took was a Google, GOOGL, 93.15 by 92.85. We took this on a beautiful 1 minute breakout, right? You can't really see much on the 2 minute, but look at the 1 minute breakout right here at 93.15, right? Beautiful breakout, and perfectly bouncing down to the VWAP every single time on the 2 minute, I might add, right? So took this at 93.15 by 92.85 for 1R pretty painlessly. Next trade, unfortunately, we stopped out as well. Took QCOM 117 by 116.50, and this was just, high frequency traders, the computer's getting us, right? Because you can see this beautiful breakout form on the 1 minute. There's a sort of a breakout forming on the 2 minute, whatever, and you can see just on the 2 minute how it just popped over 117 and completely came down and even gapped down on the next bar, right? Look at this gap on the 1 minute, gap down on the 1 minute, and tagged us pretty quickly, right? So nothing more I can say about this. Had such a really nice green bar. I thought this thing was gonna go, and even after the green bar, this huge bottoming tail, I thought it was gonna break above 117 and be rocket fuel, right? But unfortunately, triggered us in on the topping tail and stopped us out pretty quickly. Next trade we took was for 1R RBLX 42.80 by 42.60, and we took this right at the bottom here, right? We were predicting that this was going to bounce sometime soon, right? And the reason we chose 42.60 is because previous resistance turns into new support, right? So 42.60 right down here almost tagged us, right? But we got in at 42.80, stop loss 42.60, and got 1R pretty easily. We decided to get into this trade because look how many bars down this is, right? Even on the 2 minute, right? Look how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's bound for a retracement, right? So 1R was 50% retracement, got our 1R, and we were out of there. Next trade we took was Nvidia, 237.50 by 236.50. And you know, what can I say about this? We can tell that Nvidia is on a bullish trend, right? And took this breakout. There was a better entry at 237.25, right? But we got 237.50 and 236.50 dollar stop, went to 238.70 at some point, right? Pretty painless trade, pretty easy trade, and nothing more we can do about that. Next trade we took was a PXD 188 by 189 on the 1 minute 3-bar play. It's kind of you know, not a textbook example because this bar kind of went lower than the previous bar, but you can see how this is a sloppy 3-bar play short side, right? So took the trade 188 by 189, went to 187. I got a better fill than most of most of the people that were in the chat room at the time, but it did hit 187. So had you have gotten filled at 188 exactly, you still would have made 1R. So really textbook pattern on a gap down. What can I say, right, guys? These early trades, right, early into the day are super aggressive, but it just shows you, right, if the pattern does work, right, which most of the time it does, it's pretty easy pickings from there, right? So 188, 189, 3-bar play, lower, very easy 1R target hit. Next trade we took was SQ 74.50 by 74, got 1R out of this thing, and we took this on a buy setup on the 1 minute. You can see this is a double bottom, right? Double bottom retest. So we took our target at the first upper test right over here, and we took it as soon as it broke the previous bar's high right over here, right? And stop loss is at the previous bounce, so 74.50. Really painless trade, straight out of the textbook we have. And you know, what can I say? Kudos to everyone that took it in the chat, because a lot of people this day took it and a lot of people made money. Next trade we took is an example of a very early trade that we took that actually turned against us, right? Coin 71 by 70, and we immediately got stopped out, and you can see why we took it on the 1 minute, right? Look at this gap up, first of all, right? And a huge green bar with a bottoming tail previous bar, right? That's a huge bullish sign, right? I did not expect as soon as we got tagged in, this huge red bar would come in and immediately stop us out, right? You know, we can't really do about anything about this, right? You can see on the 2 minute, it looks like a huge topping tail. So huge bottoming tail, then a huge topping tail, you know, really can't do anything about it. This was a choppy day, right? So cut our losses and move on to the next trade. And finally, we took a Tesla 183 by 183.50 for an R to end the week, right? And you know, we took this because it broke down a better entry. Actually, now that I look at it, would probably be like 183.20, somewhere around there, right? Because technically the entry on the breakdown was 183.20, but I remember that day I was looking at some other stocks and I missed the ideal entry, so I had to get in at 183. I got in 183 right around here, right? And our stop loss was 183.50, which was the previous bounce, right? That's what we always do. That's what we will continue to be doing. And this thing went all the way down to 180.50, and you know, we got our 1R and bounced out of there. Because if you go back to Tesla on Friday, right, last Friday, Tesla actually did a 100% retracement after hitting our 1R target, right? So, you know, Friday was short of a choppy day. It is coincidentally the only day that we finished down 1R, even though we made 5R this week. But, you know, we ended the week on Tesla plus 1R because of this breakdown right here. And that is all of the trades we took this week. As you can see, we took, I think, 10 or 11 trades this week, which is abnormally high, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, right? We usually only take 4 or 5 trades, one good trade per day, because we focus on quality of trades versus quantity of trades. But, you know, it worked out in the end, and we got 5R out of this monstrous week, right? If you have any other questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section below or join our Discord, right? I'm extremely active there. And once again, if you really you know, want to pursue this profession, I'd highly advise you to join our chat room, right? There's really no downsides for from people there, right? If we don't make money, you get all of your money back, and we're the only chat room on the market that does that. Well, that is it for this week, and I will see you guys next week for the continuation of our trade logging series. Have a nice weekend, guys. Bye bye.